Once upon a time in 2019, I was a very sickly individual, but I did not know it at the time. I was doing my regular sporting activities. I was going to school, hanging out with my girlfriend, hanging out with my friends. Everything was fine and dandy. Until about the fall of that year, after I graduated, I got a blood test. Apparently, I had a lot of stuff wrong with me. I had what is called Graves' disease. Now, if you do not know what Graves' disease is, it is a autoimmune condition. It is a thyroid condition. And if you don't know what your thyroid is, it's a butterfly-shaped gland that's on your neck. It basically controls a bunch of metabolic systems throughout your body. The symptoms I had basically were things like increased heart rate. I had a heart rate that was over 100 beats per minute resting. I lost weight. I lost over 20 pounds. I was 155 pounds, and I dropped down to 135. I looked sickly and skinny. Insomnia, depression, the whole works. It was pretty bad. But this is how I reversed my Graves' disease and my autoimmune disease, and how I think you can as well. Disclaimer, this is not medical advice. Be sure to always consult a medical professional. It was about 2 years ago in the summer to fall of 2022 where I decided I no longer wanted to take my medication. The treatment options for Graves' disease are very few. You can either get surgery to completely remove the organ, and you can get on a hormone replacement. You can get your thyroid irradiated, which means they basically just zap the cells and then it basically becomes useless, and then you still have to take a hormone replacement. Or you can just continue on with the medication for the rest of your life and you can get constant checkups. I had no desire to do any of those things. So I did what any person would do, and I did my research. I researched, what is an autoimmune condition? How does it affect people? How do people diminish the symptoms? And so on and so forth. And I came across a few different sources that helped me out. I also have the fortunate pleasure of having a family of doctors, so that was very nice. Shout out to my mother. She was very, very huge in my healing process, and my dad as well. My dad would take me to my appointments, or he would schedule them, and then I was driving, so I could drive myself to my appointments. But definitely shout out to my parents. I love them very much, and I thank you for being there for me during such a tough time in my life. So first thing I did, I changed up my diet. That is the key thing. There is so much junk in today's food sources, so many different chemicals you can't even name. I mean, I know the meme is like Red 40 and things like that. That's like one of them, but there's plenty of other things as well. Just stuff that we should not be consuming at all. I cut out fast food. I started eating a mainly organic diet that I still do to this day. I eat mostly organic. If I want to treat myself to something, I do. But mainly just organic diet. That's the first thing. Even if you're just trying to lose weight, just change up your diet. Most of the reason why you feel like crap is because you're eating such a crappy diet. You are not getting the essential nutrients that you need. Vitamins, minerals, macronutrients, micronutrients, all that stuff. So I changed up my diet. That was number one. Number two, I took this kind of nut. It's called a Brazil nut. It has selenium in it, which is really good for your thyroid. It helps out. I don't know exactly how it helps out, if I'm being completely honest, but it helps out with like the hormone stuff or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works. Like, my mom suggested it, so I just took it. Shout out, mom, again. Number three, I got out. I went outside more. I put my feet in the grass. If you don't know what grounding is, it is the process of putting some sort of contact, feet, hands, whatever, onto a surface like grass or dirt or sand. If you ever wonder why you felt so good after you left your beach vacation, that's probably why. You're probably grounding and you didn't even know it. Grounding, actually, there are studies that suggest that it does help a lot with inflammation, and that's the key thing, is inflammation. Autoimmune stuff comes with inflammation. There's a lot of inflammation in the body, and you got to get rid of it. Your cells are attacking something that thinks it's an invader and it shouldn't be there, and it's all out of whack. I basically reset my body using that. And another thing I did was cold showers. The benefit of cold showers, and I know a lot of self-improvement YouTubers talk about it all the time. You know, they talk about increased focus and all these things, and it helps me be a Sigma male and whatever. Mainly, I started doing that because of Wim Hof. If you don't know who Wim Hof is, I highly suggest his channel, The Iceman. That guy that climbs up mountains like shirtless, and he just like takes a bunch of ice baths. Yeah, I looked up that guy, and he's had a lot of testimonials of people who have reversed a lot of their ailments and things like that. So I consistently took a cold shower, even when I didn't want to. I took the cold shower. I ate my Brazil nut, and I would go outside and I would put my feet in the grass, and it's a wonderful thing. It just made me feel calmer, and it was just very enjoyable. I felt very, very, very different. And another thing, I tracked my heart rate, and I started weaning myself off my medication. I was taking it every single day. Then I went to every other day. Then eventually I just got to a point where I just stopped taking it, and I felt fine. And I didn't take any tests or whatever for a while until I actually went to the doctor to get like a blood test, a proper blood test. And the blood test, it's completely normal. I'm completely fine. I've been off my medication for over 2 years now, and I feel fantastic. And I have a newfound appreciation for my health, and that is why I do the things that I do now. That's why I exercise. I mean, I exercise because I have to train as well for my sport, but also just for your health in general. If you're not exercising at least like 2 to 3 times a week, I highly suggest you do that. And then, of course, my diet. I don't really stray away from my diet. I don't eat out like fast food stuff. Like, I don't eat fast food all that often, and I've gotten to the point now where if I do eat fast food, my stomach will tell me that this is just terrible junk. Like, my stomach will actually start to hurt. Or if I eat like super processed, like chips or drinks or whatever, I can actually feel like a chemical reaction happening in my stomach. We are so used to eating terribly, especially in America. That's why we have so many obese people. Like, your body just adapts, and it gets used to the junk you're feeding it. We forget that our body is such an efficient machine. It is the greatest machine known to humankind. One of God's greatest creations ever. If you don't treat your body well, it's not going to treat you well. So I learned that the hard way, but you can learn from me, and you can take what I've told you and apply it to your own life. Diet, number one. And if you have a condition, research sort of foods that help with your condition. Definitely get yourself immersed in some sort of cold area, whether it be a ice bath or a cold shower. Everybody can take a cold shower, right? So, I mean, that's not difficult. But if you want to do the ice bath, do the ice bath. And just take it easy. You know, consult your doctor. Like I said before, this is not medical advice. But these are some of the things that I did. And thus far, I mean, I have had no side effects. I'm not on the medication. I threw out my medication a long time ago. I haven't refilled the prescription in 2 years. I mean, I don't really like going to the doctor, so I don't go to the doctor, but I mean, I feel completely fine. I'm in the best health that I've ever been in my entire life, and it's just fantastic. So if any of this could help you, if anything that I could say could help you, that's why I'm making this video, because I know there are countless amounts of people that are struggling every single day with all sorts of medical conditions. And if I can just help out one person, then I feel like I did my job. So let me know if any of you guys have anything going on. And I will see you in the next video.